In a world plagued by deadly portals and monstrous beasts, Subai discovers his power to tame and evolve creatures. With a seemingly weak turtle hiding godlike potential, he embarks on a thrilling journey to protect his family. Accepted into a martial university, Su faces fierce rivals, unexpected allies like the stunning Lin Yanren, and relentless dangers as he strives to rise above and conquer the chaos around him. This is the story of domestication of divine beasts. In the city of Jiangzhou, a mysterious light appears in the night sky, forming a massive portal. Suddenly, monsters emerge from the portal, sparking chaos as warriors are called to defend against the invasion. A beast taunts the humans, releasing its defeated opponent with a mocking grin. The six-eared, gold-level beast radiates a fierce killing intent. It leaps into the fray, tearing through the battlefield and taking down countless humans in its path. A woman watches in fear as the beast rampages, questioning whether this is the result of a high-level portal. The beast spots her and mocks her, saying she's next. Just then, a bright light strikes the ground, and a figure steps out, declaring that the beast is his kill. The woman smiles, recognizing him as Wen Yuan, knowing they are saved. With Wen Yuan's help, they swiftly end the battle. Back at her HQ, she informs everyone that the battle is over. Her boss comments that this is the 6th portal in the past 10 years, suggesting they need more manpower. He slams the table in frustration, declaring that anyone who enrolls in their martial university will be exempt from end-of-year exams. Additionally, those who specialize in martial arts will receive a better offer. We are taken to a school where the class faces a big decision. One student is more focused on simply watching Lin Yanren, while another questions which university he plans to attend. Meanwhile, a student closes her book and sets it down. She is revealed to be the school beauty, Lin Yanren. She leans over and comments that graduation is approaching, then asks Subai which university he plans to attend. He doesn't know yet. He thinks literary studies won't be a good fit since his grades are average, and Wu Dai is too expensive for his family. With no special talents, he questions which university he should choose. He knows they are in another world but wonders why there's no system window, like the ones in games. She wants him to join her at the literary academy and assures him she can get him in. Suddenly, he screams in shock as a system window appears before him. She quickly tells him to keep his voice down. The system window reveals that he has a talent for taming, and that creatures can evolve. She wonders what's wrong with him, then realizes that he can only see it. He pushes her hand back, unable to read the window, as she blushes. Meanwhile, others grow jealous of them holding hands. One student tries to attack Subai, but the teacher arrives just in time, shoving the student back to his seat. She informs the class that there's good news. The Martial University has just announced that starting with their class, if they attend, they won't have to take the end-of-year exams. Additionally, those who specialize in martial arts will receive an even better offer. Some students are excited, while others feel frustrated, wishing they had abilities to take advantage of the opportunity. She comments that students with abilities and martial skills should follow her now. He thinks he can now pass the exam since he has an ability, while she wonders if he will actually go. Subai, the main protagonist, was transferred into this world 17 years ago. In 1906, a portal appeared in the sky, and countless beasts and monsters emerged. They attacked humans relentlessly, forcing the world to unite in a desperate effort to fight back. After 3 months of intense battles, they finally managed to push the beasts back. However, as long as the portal remained open, more monsters would continue to arrive over time. Humans decided to send groups to explore the portals. They discovered a vast, boundless land and managed to prevent more monsters from coming through. The military established a base in that world, marking the beginning of a new era for humanity. However, in 1907, a second portal appeared, followed by a third in the same year, and then a fourth and fifth. As more portals opened over time, it became increasingly difficult to fight back, as each portal unleashed different monsters and beasts. Scientists began naming these other worlds, referring to the conflict as the Battle of 10,000 Races. During this time, humans began to unlock abilities, as guns and bullets became ineffective against the monsters. Ability users replaced traditional weapons, becoming the new force in the battle. Subai understands that the fight is far from over, and based on the offer from the martial academy, things must not be going well. Subai wants to protect his family with his newfound ability, and knows that joining a military-supported university is the fastest way to get stronger. But Subai needs a beast for his ability before he can get into Wuda, and he hopes he has enough money for one. He knows the system will automatically help him find a suitable beast. As he steps forward, the lady welcomes him. He questions where the beasts are, as he is a tamer. She points him to another cat, but its price is too high for him. Then, he sees a demon beast, which is also beyond his budget. Realizing he can't afford either, he leaves, and she wonders where he went. He complains about the prices, wondering why the system didn't find any affordable beasts. When he arrives home, the system suggests he tame the turtle, which he recognizes as his dad's pet. He wonders if the system is tricking him, as the turtle looks weak. With no other options, he decides to tame it. To his surprise, the turtle begins to glow gold. The system then reveals that the turtle has infinite growth potential and could eventually slay gods, but it needs to eat in order to evolve. Subai can't believe it as he reads the information, commenting on the amazing bloodline the turtle possesses. He vows to always keep it. Just then, his sister Xiaomei questions him about what he's doing with their dad's pet. The pet starts eating, and Subai comments that he didn't do anything. He's surprised by how much it eats, but Xiaomei reminds him that their dad had already been feeding it. Subai understands that the turtle needs food to evolve. Time passes, and when their parents arrive, they're shocked to see the mess, with the pet still wanting more food. Their dad can't believe how fast the pet is now, and Subai begins to explain what happened. Subai realizes he's made things harder for his parents and decides it's better not to mention that his pet is a bottomless eater. His sister isn't happy with the situation. Suddenly, a massive glow radiates from the pet, and Subai wonders if it's the bloodline awakening or if it's finally full. The next day, Subai recalls how nothing happened after the glow, except that his pet started eating even more. Determined to make progress, he heads out with something to sell. The lady remembers him, but he says he's here to sell. He asks if they want exotic beast blood. She looks shocked, and a man nearby notices. The man stands up, and the lady calls him boss. He approaches, wanting to inspect the blood. The smell confirms it's real, and he recognizes its high quality. Curious about the price, he asks Subai, recalling how hard it was to obtain. Subai says he wants 1,000. The man laughs, thinking he's joking, and instead offers 10,000. Subai gets excited over the price, but the man mistakes it for anger and raises the offer to 15,000. Subai can't believe how much it's going for but quickly agrees to the deal, commenting that he really needed the money. As the boss walks him out, he tells Subai to bring more if he ever has it again. Looking at his account, Subai still can't believe how much he got for the blood. Just then, he receives a phone call from the school, telling him to come in and fill out his form. He wonders why it's so important. Suddenly, the system alerts him that 3 people are behind him, intending to hurt him. He turns around, thinking he's been marked. One of the men says he saw how happy the boss was and knows Subai has money, and now he wants it. Subai tries to deny it, saying he has nothing left and was just going to sell more. He notices that the man isn't just a beginner cultivator and wonders if he can win in a fight. The man walks over, demanding the money, while Subai tells his pet to hide. Suddenly, in a split second, he throws his pet at the man. The man blocks the throw and gets angry, preparing to attack. But suddenly, he screams in pain as Subai kicks him in the nuts. The other two look confused for a moment, then charge at him. Subai quickly runs, but they catch up to him. As they move in to strike, he stops, grabs his pet's shell, and uses it to attack one and then attack the other, knocking them into the ground with a powerful blow. The first guy looks up at him, cursing, but Subai tells his pet to hide and throws it at the man. The man drops to the ground, unconscious. Subai comments that they got what they deserved. As he looks over, he sees his pet trying to get something. The pet starts drinking from a bottle, and Subai snatches it away, noticing that it's a blood potion. Subai notices something strange happening to his pet and realizes that the potion was meant to last a person a month, but his pet drank it all in one go. As he watches, he feels something within himself shift. A glow surrounds him, and he suddenly feels stronger for no apparent reason. The system confirms that his stats have increased and that he has gained a new talent. The system shows his pet's stats have improved and it's grown in size. Subai remembers that normal beasts have 30 points when they awaken, but his pet has more and hasn't even awakened yet. Subai thinks his pet is the best and says they need to go. Back at the school, the teacher announces the results of each student now released. She mentions that Wu University will be coming to review the results, and two students will be guaranteed a spot. She calls out to Subai, asking if he's chosen a university. He replies that he wants to go to Wu. Surprised, she thought he would choose Win University to be with her and mentions that Wu students go to battle. Subai responds that battle suits him, looking at her, as he adds that he needs to protect someone important. She assumes he means her. The teacher then asks if she has chosen yet, and she admits she hasn't. The teacher then says they have a big decision to make and should talk to their families before making their choice, mentioning that class is now finished. Time passes, and Lin Yanren is getting ready for a bath. As she sits down, she calls Subai and blushes, telling him she will be going to Wu University as well, wanting to surprise him. He thinks she's joking and comments that he has to go, as he has something to take care of. He then screams at his pet, complaining that it eats too much and poops everywhere. The next day, Subai stands in the crowd as a person welcomes everyone and introduces instructor Zhang Kai from the martial university. She smiles and mentions that Zhang Kai is a martial artist who also graduated from this high school. He thanks her and addresses the students, stating that 1 year ago, 126 students from this school went to Martial University, but only 65 are still alive. 2 years ago, 98 students went, and only 32 remain. 3 years ago, 86 students attended, and now only 11 are still alive. He clarifies that he is not trying to scare them, but wants them to understand that attending Martial University is not something to brag about. What lies ahead is a life of hardship, danger, and a duty to protect the country. He then declares that Martial University is a place to become stronger and shouts, asking if the students want to grow stronger. Many raise their hands and shout in response, filled with determination. Zhang Kai leaves the stage and walks towards Subai as the teacher calls out to him. Subai hesitates but asks Zhang what he needs. Zhang informs him that he has been selected for direct admission to the university and instructs him to head there and prepare for the test. Subai is completely confused by what Zhang means. Zhang clarifies, telling him there is a bus waiting for him at the school gate. Meanwhile, other students look on with jealousy, wishing they had also received direct admission. Subai arrives at the university, and the driver instructs everyone to exit the bus one by one. As they walk, a guide directs the new students on where to go. They pass by a large stone engraved with the university's motto, and Subai feels its presence is truly powerful. The guide then informs them that they will first receive their uniforms before being shown to their dormitories. After receiving their uniforms, the guide shows them to their dormitories and advises them to rest. The guide adds that they should change into their uniforms later for the upcoming test. Subai arrives at his room but hears voices coming from inside. Curious, he enters to find a group of students talking. One of them proudly shows off an item, explaining that it contains rare beast blood and has been made into top-tier body elixirs. The others comment that while they have similar elixirs, none of them are of the same quality as Han Jiagang's. Subai then introduces himself, and Han Jiagang responds, saying that with him, their room is now full. He introduces the others, Dao Jiujun and Fan Cohen, who gives Subai a quick look. Dao encourages Subai not to be shy, pointing to Han's rare blood elixir and mentioning that they are all roommates now. Han comments that the elixir contains 3 drops and mentions that the beast must have been worth a lot, which makes Subai realize it's the blood he sold. Han casually explains that each drop is worth around 30,000, adding that it's no big deal. Subai gets pissed off, now knowing he was ripped off by the man at the store. Suddenly, all 3 roommates turn their attention to the window, commenting that a beautiful girl has arrived at their dorm. Subai wonders who it could be. Fan comments on her figure, particularly her long legs, while a staff member questions why she has come to the boys' dorm. Dao, admiring her, thinks she is going to be a queen at the school, while Han agrees, noting her beauty. Meanwhile, Fan wonders aloud who she's here for. It turns out the beautiful girl is Lin Yanren, and she announces that she is looking for Subai. Just then, the staff member calls out his name, telling him to hurry because a beautiful girl is here to see him. The three guys look back, surprised when they hear his name, but Subai waves and casually tells them that he'll leave first. The three guys are in disbelief, unable to comprehend that Lin Yanren is here for Subai. They all think it makes no sense. Meanwhile, Lin Yanren comments that he looks good in the uniform, and Subai questions if that's really true. Lin Yanren brushes off his shoulder and comments that the uniform makes him look even more handsome. Meanwhile, the rest of the dorm is filled with jealousy as one of the students remarks that Subai and Lin are holding hands. Meanwhile, Lin Yanren asks if Subai is angry with her for the direct admission, but he explains that he wanted to try the test himself. She did it for him, and he pats her on the head, reassuring her that she needn't worry about it. Just then, Lin remembers the bag of elixirs she brought for him and hands it over, saying it's for him. Subai thanks her but comments that it's too much. Lin Yanren ignores his comment about the elixirs and leaves, saying she will see him tomorrow. As she walks away, Subai reflects on how nice she has been to him. Meanwhile, the rest of the dorm is curious about who Subai is. One of the students comments that someone needs to look him up as he dared to touch their school's goddess. Subai arrives back at the dorm, and the students all refer to him as Brother Su, offering him a seat. They eagerly want to know his connection to Lin Yanren, and Subai casually mentions that they are high school classmates. Han then comments that they are dorm brothers now and it's his job to look out for them. He jokes about asking the goddess to introduce them to her friends but then invites everyone to dinner later that night. As they start making arrangements, Subai waves them goodbye, feeling the attention and excitement from his dorm mates. Subai takes out his pet, commenting that the guys in the dorm are interesting. He then checks what he received and notices it's Ch1 blood. He tells his pet it's in for a treat but reminds it that nothing comes for free and it needs to work as well. The scene shifts to the building where they are having dinner. Subai looks at the spread and comments that it's too much, but Han tells him to just enjoy it. They all toast to becoming dorm brothers, and Han says he's lucky to have met Subai. Subai tells Han that he and Lin Yanren are friends, so asking her to introduce them to her friends shouldn't be hard. He adds that they can sort it out later, but he needs Han's help for now. Han agrees to help, and Subai shows him the rare beast blood, asking for his help to sell it. Subai explains that the blood is from his beast, and Han comments that he doesn't think he's ever seen such high-quality blood before. Han says he will call his dad to have someone assess the blood, while Subai suggests they eat while they wait. Han's father screams at him, refusing to give him money, but Han explains he called for business. He says his classmate wants to sell rare beast blood, which is better than what he brought earlier, but they need someone to assess it first. Han's father questions if it's true, and Han swears it is, telling him to come look for himself. His father then asks for the address, saying he will bring Master Cow with him. An hour later, Master Cow examines the blood and declares it top-notch, the best he has ever seen. He adds that it could even be used to create a top-tier pill. Han's father questions if he's overestimating it, but Master Cow insists it's exceptional, noting that his measuring tool maxed out and the blood might be of an even higher level. As everyone looks back at Subai, amazed by his beast's blood, Master Cow asks about the cost. Subai states he wants Ch1 blood power in exchange. Han's father offers 14 bottles for the blood, and Su agrees. However, Han adds another proposal, asking if Su would consider joining the Han family, promising to provide the support he needs. Su politely declines, even as Han's father tries to persuade him otherwise. Suddenly, a loud voice booms from outside the door, shouting that Subai doesn't want to join. The door slams open, and Lin Yanren steps in, declaring that no one can force Su to do anything. She glares around the room, daring anyone to challenge her. Su and Han, both surprised, ask why she is here. Lin casually replies that she was just passing by. Meanwhile, Han's father glances nervously at Master Cow, whispering to ask who this girl is. Master Cow, now visibly sweating, leans in and explains her identity. Han's father stiffens in fear, realizing exactly who she is. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe and like. It really helps me out.